They know that I'm on a magic mountain. So many calls, man, I stop counting.
Check out the Patreon for exclusive content only you can see, my boy. Check it out. Link below. All right, well, I have the minute. Let's go ahead and talk about KnuckleMania 4 last night, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it. 3 main fights, and I don't think either one of them lived up to anything. A lot of people, including me, didn't have much expectations for the main event anyway. KnuckleMania had basically three main events last night. You know, they had the main event, Mike Perry versus Thiago Alves. Then they had the co-main event, Lorenzo Hunt taking on Mick Terrell for the heavyweight championship. And then they had Ben Rothwell taking on Todd Duffy, I believe. I believe that was his name. If I'm getting that wrong, well, we'll figure it out. But KnuckleMania had 3 main events, basically. And neither one of them were I think they all ended in the first round. The best fights on the card were earlier in the night. You know what I'm saying? Within the first 2 hours. We'll start with Ben Rothwell taking on Todd Duffy. Heavyweight contenders match, right? The winner of that match would go on to probably face Mick Terrell or Lorenzo Hunt for the heavyweight belt. It was going good the first few seconds. You know, Ben Rothwell lands a knockdown on Todd Duffy. Todd Duffy gets back up, beats the 10 count. And they go back at it. And it looks like Ben Rothwell's going to land an amazing knockout punch. And Todd Duffy, he falls down and he gets a stinger in his shoulder. So the fight's called off in round 1. Letdown of a match. None of us expected that. not even David Feldman himself expected that. You could say he probably jinxed it at the press conference, but that's if you believe in all that crap. Co-main event: Lorenzo Hunt taking on Mick Terrell for the heavyweight championship. Right? Lorenzo Hunt was supposed to go in there, shock the world again, and be a 3-division champ. Mick Terrell wasn't letting that happen. Mick Terrell landed a knockdown. Nice left uppercut, too. Sent Lorenzo Hunt flying. Went down. And that didn't really hurt him, right? From what we saw, he looked okay to get right back up and continue fighting. But as he was going down, he landed on his arm behind him. His arm was behind him when he landed. And it completely dislocated his elbow. He just couldn't compete after that. I mean, he wasn't going to fight with one arm. Couldn't, really. I mean, something like that happened, you got to call the fight off. And they did. Called the fight off. Round 1, TKO stoppage. Mick Terrell retains his title. But anyway, Mick Terrell retains his heavyweight title. I still think Lorenzo Hunt is the pound-for-pound best, pound-for-pound number 1 fighter. He's, like I said, he's a 2-division champ. Had a chance to be a 3-division champ. Unfortunately, a dislocated elbow ends in round 1. So that's 2 fights. 2 big fights that have ended in round 1 in one night. Back to back, I should say. Then we got the main event, which to me was really was set up to be the worst fight out of the 3 to begin with. When they announced Mike Perry's opponent in Thiago Alves, I was already... I think that's probably the worst fight he's had so far. I mean, it was because we saw what happened, but I'm talking just on paper. He's fought MVP, Michael Venom Page. Who else did he fight? Eddie Alvarez, that's right. So yeah, Julian Lane. Yeah, we'll speak on that. Yeah, Julian Lane, his fight went bad too. I mean, that just wasn't a very good night for KnuckleMania 4. But anyway, Mike Perry goes in there, does what he does, ends the fight in one round. And Eddie Alvarez, Thiago Alves, he was just there for the paycheck. It is what it is. It is what it is. And if we're including the Julian Lane fight, that's 4 big fights that are just down the drain in one round. I think they all ended in round 1. Yeah, they all did. What's up with that? That's not KnuckleMania's fault. That's not David Feldman's fault at all. But man, that's wild. 4 fights good fights that were huge ended in one round, man. Crazy.
Let's look at the stats. I've got the facts. My money like Lizzo, my pockets are fat. Homie, I'm epic. Don't be a wap. Dog, it's a yarmulke. Homie, no cap.